Hey there, wild ones. Welcome back. Today, we're leaning into Labor Day. For many, it marks the end of summer. One last cookout or maybe even some shopping sales. But it's more than a 3-day weekend. Labor Day is a marker on the calendar. It's a pause between summer's fullness and fall's routines. Think of it as a seasonal reset, if you will. And at its heart, it's a day born from workers who wanted something deeper. They wanted dignity, balance, and rest. Their story is our story too, because we're still asking and trying to find that same balance with those same questions today. What does labor mean? What does rest mean? And how do we build rhythms that won't burn us out? That's why today's conversation is for all of us. The wild blends, the curious and learners, the creative builders, the rooted seekers, and for kids too. Labor Day is a chance to reflect, not just on our individual work, but on what it means to live as families and neighbors with rhythms that make us whole. Gather your family and friends around and let's dive in.
Reclaim your rhythm. Rethink the rules. Rewrite your life. This is Wildly Intentional, the show where we question the scripts we've inherited and build a life, family, and legacy on purpose. If you're done living on autopilot, come with a curious mind and a courageous heart. Here, we talk about what it means to question, unlearn, create, and build what truly matters. I'm your host, Mandy, maverick mom of 3, maker, family culture builder, lifelong question asker, and the friend people call when they're ready to rethink, well, everything. I'm here to shake the norms, tell the truth, and light the way forward.
Okay, let's start with where this holiday came from. Back in the late 1800s, during the Industrial Revolution, work was grueling. Many people labored 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Factories were unsafe. Even children, as young as 5 or 6, worked really long hours. People were exhausted. So workers began to organize. And in 1882, about 10,000 people marched in New York City's very first Labor Day parade. They were asking for something simple but radical: shorter hours, safer conditions, and fair pay. So fast forward 12 years later, in 1894, Congress made Labor Day a national holiday. And it was a way of saying, the work of ordinary people matters, and so does their need for rest. Can you imagine working every single day with no weekend and no break? How would you feel? Why do you think people fought so hard to have a day off? Here's the thing. A handful of holidays a year for us to have off isn't enough. True rhythms of work and rest have to be woven into our weeks, our days. Think of the ancient wisdom of the Sabbath. Setting aside one day every week to rest, to pause, and to be grateful. True rhythms of work and rest have to be woven into our weeks, just like the ancient wisdom of the Sabbath. For generations, people practiced a weekly rhythm of stopping, a day of rest, breathe, and remember that we're more than our work. Rest wasn't earned. It was built in. There was a realization that the world won't fall apart if and when we stop. We don't have to prove our worth by constant output. In many ways, Labor Day is a cultural echo of that truth. It was created because people realized we can't just work endlessly. We need to honor both labor and rest. What if Labor Day wasn't just one Monday in September, but a rhythm we practiced weekly as families? What if we wove little Labor Days into every week? Pauses that restore us and remind us we're human, not machines. This fall, I want to encourage you to pick one simple practice that helps you honor both work and rest. Maybe it's a movie night, or Saturday morning cartoons, or a pancake tradition, or a no-rush evening walk. But let it become your own weekly mini Labor Day or your family's version of a Sabbath. In our family, we do a TGIF rhythm that I talk about in another episode every Friday. And we do a Sunday sit down where we plan the week and the meals together. Those pauses remind us that rest and connection matter just as much as productivity. So here's your challenge. Choose one weekly rhythm that feels like real rest for your family and try it out this week. Then consider this together. Why is it important for us to stop, even when there's still work to do? Because even today, many people still work on Labor Day. Nurses, hospital staff, delivery drivers, service workers, and so many more. This is a reminder that not everyone gets to pause, even on a holiday meant for rest, which makes it all the more important for us to remember. Rest is part of our work. When we rest, we come back stronger. But at the heart of Labor Day is dignity. The dignity of work and the dignity of rest. And the truth that we are more than what we produce. Labor Day honors the people who built this country, not just leaders, but everyday workers, teachers, farmers, builders, parents, neighbors, people like you and me. It's a day to reimagine work as more than output. It's about humanity, contribution, and connection. And it's a chance to teach our kids the same truth, that their worth isn't measured by what they produce, but by who they are. So I have a couple family prompts. You can pause after I say each question, have a conversation, or you can just talk about whatever ones mean the most to you. Who do you notice working really hard in your neighborhood? How can you thank them this week? What does rest look like in your family? Why is it important? How can we fight the impulse to always be doing more? And what is your favorite way to rest after working hard? Is it playing, reading, napping, taking a bath, something else? So as you celebrate Labor Day, grilling your burgers, watching a parade, taking the boat out one last time, or simply putting your feet up or sneaking in a nap, let it spark something deeper for you. Consider how you can honor both labor and rest, not just once a year, not just every season, but weekly or daily. Labor Day began as a declaration of dignity. Workers saying, we're not machines, we're people. Their fight for balance is still our invitation today. Because resting doesn't make work less important. It actually makes it meaningful again. Just as workers demanded a new rhythm, we can build family rhythms that honor balance. Let Labor Day be a seasonal marker to say this fall, we're not going to burn out. It is the perfect on-ramp into rhythms of work and rest that can last all season. And this is why I'm really excited to invite you into the Fall Routines Challenge. Together, you and I will design rhythms that actually fit your family. Rhythms that honor both hustle and the Sabbath, labor, and pause. More on that coming very soon. So let this holiday be more than the end of summer for you. let it be the beginning of a season where your family works with purpose, rests with joy, and remembers that you're more than what you produce. Subscribe to Wildly Intentional so you don't miss the Fall Routines Challenge or upcoming episodes. Thank you for being here, Wild One. Until next time, stay rooted, be brave, and live wildly intentional.